All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to another edition of Savings Minus Debt. What's up, Gabriel? LJ, that was funny what you said to the guy who said just post on Facebook. I know. Isn't that funny? I think that's hilarious when people do that. I just think to myself, well, hey, man, start up because I'm just using the tools that YouTube has, right? So I'm using them, right? Then you see people come along, hey man, you shouldn't do this. Oh, start your own channel, man, and you can do whatever you want to do. But here on this channel, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. Whatever the SMD family wants to do. That's how it works here. I just think that's hilarious. But anyway, give everybody get a chance to get up in here. I would say happy Friday, everybody, but it's nothing really to be happy about Friday. Friday's just Friday, but you don't know that when you're in the debt matrix, right? You just think, "Ooh, man, thank God it's Friday." Why thank God? It's just Friday. It's nothing special. It's just another day, but you don't know that when you're in debt. So get up in here. I'm gonna get started in about a minute and a half. Like I always, about 3 minutes in. The only person I see right now is Gabriel. So I gotta wait till I see other people pop in the chat. Get up in here. It says 6, but I don't see people over here. Let me see. Hold on for a second. I gotta go check something out to make sure everything's looking good. Okay, there's the other people. All right, what's up, Nick? What's up, Eric? Hello, welcome. We're gonna get started in about 45 seconds. It's good. What's up, Quentin? How you doing? I know, man. You're right. It's rainy today, but it still feels good outside. Every now and then, it's okay with the sun not being there, but that's a rare thing. What's up, Reese? Hello. Good evening. What's up, Nick? Can you make me a MODLJ? I'm not sure what you're looking. What are you asking, Nick? I'm not sure what you're asking. Can you make? Oh, a mod. Excuse me. A mod. Okay. I got it. Let me see. What's up, Uncle? What's going on? Usually, honestly, Nick, usually members are mods, right? That's because it's like you know what I'm saying? That's just the way I am. That's how it is, right? Because I want to make sure mods are on the same page. Not saying that you're not on the same page, not saying that you have to pay to be a mod. I'm not saying any of that. It's just a different thing for me. So how you doing, Uncle? Moderator select. Well, no, I know what it is now. D-Lo says, LJ, have you ever heard of Thai BitConnect story? It basically killed the cryptocurrency market. Everybody lost trust in it after that. Well, we're gonna get into that. I promise you. Okay, so let's get this started. We're already 3 minutes over, actually almost 4. All right. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. My name is LJ Young, and I'm a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in credit and debt and worship the credit gods, Almighty, Equifax, TransUnion, and the last one, I don't really care anymore. I almost forget, right? Worship them, and then they're living paycheck to paycheck, can't figure out why they're continually financing things that go down in value. But what are those are slaves live in the debt matrix, and that's where everybody believes in credit and debt, just like I said a minute ago. So what I do is I lived there for the first 40 years of my life until I found Dave Ramsey, applied the math that I learned in grade school to my finances, and then I got out of the debt matrix, right? So now what I do is help other people out of the debt matrix. by exposing what I call the glitches in the debt matrix. And the glitches in the debt matrix are things that don't make mathematical sense, yet people keep doing them. Example, somebody will finance a house for 30 years and believe they got it on sale and call themselves a homeowner when they know that's not mathematically true, right? That's not true. You had to borrow the money, right? Or they'll say they'll finance a car and then they'll go and show all their friends and tell all their friends how much they got the car for, like they paid cash for it, number one. Number two, they financed it for 84 months, but they still believe they got it on sale. That doesn't even make any sense, right? And people in debt don't know that. They don't know that doesn't make sense because they don't trust mathematics. Because if they use math, they would clearly see that that doesn't make any sense. And people will finance cell phones and watches, right? It just doesn't make any sense. It gets absolutely ridiculous. All right. So I expose those things and show them, and those are the glitches. And then when people say, "Oh man, all I got to do is trust math and I'll win with money," yes, that's all you got to do. And then they'll cross over, and then I help them out of debt matrix. And the basically is, if you want to get out of the debt matrix, you have to trust math. If you don't trust math, you'll never get out of debt matrix. That's just that's the most simplest way I can put it, right? Anyway, that's what I do. And but I also want you guys to understand that I'm the type of person that's going to show you the next level. I'm going to show you the economy that the majority of people can't see. They're slaves, right? Slaves. And I want you guys to understand something very, very clearly. Slaves don't matter. Okay. You guys matter because you keep the economy going, the one you can see, right? You guys keep that one going, right? That's the only place we need slaves, is there. Now you're choosing to be there. And that, when I say there, that's the debt matrix. All right. You're choosing to be there because you don't trust math. It's really that simple, right? But slaves don't know they don't trust math. Those are called unconscious slaves, right? Those are the ones that completely don't trust math, have no idea they're not trusting math, and they just wander around and just buy stuff. It just doesn't make any sense. And then you got the conscious slaves, the ones that can hear you speaking. They now trust mathematics and realize they're in debt, and now they're doing whatever it takes to get out of debt. Okay, those are called conscious slaves, right? So if you hear the word slave and are offended, the reason why you're offended is because you're most likely an unconscious slave, but because calling a conscious slave a slave is not offensive. Now, if you're in debt, that's not going to make sense to you. I promise you that it makes sense to conscious slaves, the ones that are aware that they're in debt and they're doing what it takes to get out of debt. Those are conscious slaves, right? You might call me and aliens. Okay. And the reason why I say aliens is because if you're in debt, there is no way you can understand what we are talking about. Even though it will all make mathematical sense, you can pull out your calculator and calculate everything we're saying to be true, mathematically true, but you still won't believe it. That's why it'll be foreign to you. That's why it will sound like we're aliens. But once you trust math, you'll clearly see that we're not. We're just regular people, right? It doesn't even make any sense. But so I'm at the alien level. All right, so let's get to the topic of this video, digital currency. Right now, slaves are going frantic. Oh my God, what are they? The government, and they're taking over, and they're going to control us, and they're going to do this, and if they get rid of paper and bloggity blah and this and that, I mean, in a straight panic. Let me. And I'm gonna walk you through. Those of you guys that are listening in the background that don't know you're slaves, I'm gonna show you that you're slaves. And I'm gonna show you something, and all you got to do is believe the mathematics. That's all. All right, add up all your savings, just your cash, not equity in anything, just like the money in your pocket, the money that you have in your savings, right? And then I want you to add up all your debt: mortgage, house, student loans, child support payments, tickets, collections. I already said mortgage, everything, all of it, right? And then I want you to go savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Now that's going to be a very large negative number. Very large. That's how much money you have in real life. That's it. All you got to do is believe it. Once you believe it, you'll see and you'll be free. But as long as you don't believe it, I'm telling you, that's how much money you have in real life. Deep negative. Now, if you're in the deep negative, the only thing you can use is credit. It's credit. You have no choice. You have absolutely no choice but to use credit. No choice. You don't even have an option to use cash. You know why? Because you have none. You're in a negative. So as think back as far as you can think about credit. Think back as far as you probably since 18. Your life has already been digital. Nothing's changing for you. It just seems that way to you. Credit is digital. It's not even real. It's just numbers on a screen. Your whole entire life has been digital currency. Why? Because physical currency in any form, gold, silver, US currency, overseas currency, it doesn't matter. None of that exists for you. None of it. All of that is imaginary. It is. It's just imaginary. So with you panicking right now, thinking something they're going to gain control over you because it's going to be 100% digital now, it's already been that way. Whatever you're seeing, cryptocurrency, have you noticed like when you look at cryptocurrency, they got about 50 million of them. Does that make sense to you? That doesn't make sense to me. You go under Bitcoin and then you got about 50 million different choices of does that make sense to you? No, it doesn't. But if you believe it, you go right ahead. But check this out. If you don't realize that you're in the negative and everything has been digital money your whole entire life, you're going to fall for all this stupid nonsense that's coming out right now. All this different 15,000 different cryptocurrencies and stock markets. You have no idea what you're doing or saying. Not a clue. You're in debt. What's up, Amizi? What's up, Steven? How you doing? What's up, Uncle? Oh, I think I already said Uncle. What's going on, Art Cart? What's happening? Your whole life has been digital currency. This ain't nothing new. This is nothing new. I've been trying to figure out what is my purpose in this whole economic equation. I'm here to bring the next level of multimillionaires. I'm gonna tell you how to do it. It's easy. All you got to do is trust math, and then you will be unlimited rich. There are no limits. So stop saying millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire. There are no limits. None. Zero. There's no limits. I'm here to bring you to the next level. And trust me, if you follow what I say, you're going to fucking know it. You're going to know it. And then you're going to walk around in here with a gift. The younger you are that understand what I'm saying right now, the richer you will become. I promise you that. Nothing will be able to stop you. Nothing. Because the business of you will be in check. And you'll know right off the bat, once you reach that point, you will know millions of people are not like you. Millions. And don't even know it. Don't even know it. So young people, this is number one. Get out of debt and stay out of debt. Do not finance anything. Nothing. That's number one. Number two, you go to the website, the government website, look up how much it costs to make money. $100 bill. Let me bring this up because I want to make sure you understand this, especially the younger you get. I really want you guys to understand this. 1 second here. Because I do not want to mess this up. I want you to go to the government website and see how much it costs to make a $100 bill. Right on the website, they tell slaves right to their freaking faces, right to their faces. It costs 19.6 cents to make a $100 bill. 19.6 cents. I want you to go look at that price. And I don't never cuss, but I need you to understand what I'm saying when I tell you this. You go and see how much it costs to make the dollar bills in your pocket, and you never fucking forget it when you see that price. 19. So every time you see $100 bill, I want you to never forget it. It costs 19.6 cents to make it. Never forget it. And then when you know this in your head, I want you to always remember this. It doesn't matter what's printed on that paper, that worthless paper. It has nothing. If you want to believe the ink on the paper, you go right ahead. But know for a fact it costs 19.6 cents to make a $100 bill. The younger you are to know this, never forget it, and you'll be rich. So when you, especially young people, because I don't want you guys to get caught up on titles and shit like that. I don't want you to get caught up on that. So when you hear somebody that makes $100,000 a year, I want you to calculate that by hundreds, each one costing 19.6 cents to make. That will tell you how much money they're really making. They just don't know it. That will break this facade thing that you have of hearing six figures, you made it. No, you didn't. You didn't make it anywhere. Trust me, you didn't. Especially if you're in debt. You're nowhere. Shout out to Amizi for the $10 super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Uncle says, I hated being called a slave even after becoming a conscious slave. Yeah. But you know what's so crazy, Uncle? I'm going to tell you something, man. I realized this last night. I'm still, even though I'm an alien, I am a mathematical slave. And this is why. I do not own free and clear where I live. I rent. Now, if you hear me say this out there, especially you in the background, if you have a mortgage, you're renting too. Do not be fooled. You are renting too. You're just renting from the bank. I'm renting from a landlord. You're not a homeowner. Only slaves believe that. Only slaves. Let's see. Gabriel says LJ is an ultra alien. You know, what's up, Fred? What's going on, man? Hello, Beauty Jock. How you doing? What's up, SMD family? It's been a minute. Yes, it has. The younger you get this, the richer you'll be. I promise you, man. Understand that the digital currency has always been here. It's always been here. It's nothing new. The names that you're hearing out there, crypto, light on, all this nonsense, whatever. Those are just names that don't mean anything. Credit is cryptocurrency. Credit is digital currency. It's right here in front of your face right now, and you're using it every single day. It's here. So the names you're seeing that don't mean anything. That's nothing. That's just gambling. What you're seeing outside of this, if like, for example, let me give you an example. If you got somebody telling you, and especially you young people, I want you to understand this, okay? If you have somebody asking you to invest in cryptocurrency, this is what I want you to ask them. Do you have your student loans? Anybody telling you to invest in cryptocurrency, you say, do you still have your student loans? Are you financing that cell phone? Do you have a finance watch? Are you making car payments? If they're doing any of those, that's why they're telling you to invest in cryptocurrency, because they're in debt. People in debt do things like that. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know that they're telling you bad advice because they're in debt. They don't even know what they're saying. Slaves don't know money doesn't. Slaves do not know that money in any form of currency exists for them. None. It's always been digital because they have no choice. You know, so crazy. I was thinking about this last night too. Everybody knows your largest expense in your life is usually your living expenses, your rent, and or your mortgage, right? Everybody knows that that's the largest one. Imagine your life if you paid off a house and you didn't have that anymore. Can you imagine how fast your money would stack? Without a mortgage or a rent payment, your money would stack so fast, your head would spin. But since slaves, deep down inside, slaves don't believe they'll ever pay off a house. Check this out. And if you're listening, slave, I want you to listen to this closely, okay? I want you to listen very, very closely because I know you don't get it. If you financed a house while having student loans older than your children, you're a slave. And they did you so dirty. They just did you so dirty. You know why? Because you obviously don't trust math. Because if you trusted math, you would know. You would automatically know, hey, man, if I haven't paid off my student loans, I'm definitely not going to pay off a house. You would already know that because you've had your student loans for 20 years. So why would you put more burden on yourself when you know you're never going to pay that house off? How do I know this? You have 20-year-old student loans. Your student loans older than your children. That's how I know. And so does the bank. They know that too. They're not doing anything to you. The only difference between you and the bank trusts mathematics and you don't. That's it. That's why you have only digital currency right now. If everything in your life is on credit, that is digital currency. And if you've been worshiping the credit gods with credit scores and all that stupid nonsense, because you live in the digital world. Once you get out of the digital world, you don't care about no credit score. Who cares? Whatever. It's just a number. But if you think you're a nobody without a high credit score, you're a slave. What's up, Antone? Shout out to Antone. $4.99 super chat. What's going on? What's up? What's up, Andre? What's happening? Andre says taxes equal 24%, interest equal 30% on average for U.S. residents. Imagine life with no debt and not even a mortgage or a rent payment. Can you imagine how free your life would be? I'm here to tell you that's the only thing I'm missing right now. That's it. Just a paid off house. That's it. That's the only thing keeping me from being 100% free. I'm at 99%. I'm only at 99% because I don't own a house, free and clear. Not a mortgage, free and clear. That's it. 99%. That's it. And then I'm free. I'm free. Debt free with no rent or mortgage. Oh my God. With real money. Not digital money, real money. If you're in debt, your whole financial life is digital. If you don't even know how much debt you're in, right? Don't try to understand percentage rates and knock off percentage points and all that stupid jargon they put in mortgage. Buy your what is that? That was one. It sounds it's so stupid. Buy your points down. So stupid. It doesn't even make no. It says if you put extra money, it will knock off some of your percentage rate on the. It's just so dumb, and people do it. They buy down their points, or the banks just make up shit, right? They just make it up and people just believe it. Whatever. They want that house so bad, they will sign on a dotted line for whatever is in those papers that they don't even understand. Shout out to 2K Resumes for the $2 super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. What's up, Life for Business? We must purge these slaves. We need slaves. We need slaves. And I know some of you are too shy to use the word slaves, right? Because the people take offense to it. You cannot care how slaves feel. Who cares how they feel? It doesn't matter how they feel. They are choosing to not trust mathematics. They're choosing it. If you understand that they're choosing to not trust math, it will help you remove your feelings from calling them slaves. They're slaves. And I'm telling you guys this so you can understand something. The economy would not work if we didn't have slaves. It would not work. It would collapse. If everybody knew what I knew, the whole economy would collapse. There would be nobody left to finance cars, sign up for 30-year mortgages, finance phone, watches, furniture, TV sets, cell phones, shoes, copy printers. It would be nobody left to do that, and the whole economy would crash. That's why we need slaves. We need slaves to understand that they got to stay truly believing that they cannot buy a car without financing. That's a must. It must be that way. We must have slaves believing when they finance a car for 84 months, they got it on sale. They must continue to believe that. They must believe that it's okay to sit at a car dealership for 8 hours to finance one car. They must continue to believe that. I'm not here. I'm not against the system. I know you guys think when you hear me talk, he's like, oh my God, he's talking out against the system. No, it doesn't matter what I say. Slaves can't hear me. See, that's the problem. Especially the SMD family and some of the new people that follow me. I'm telling you clearly, this is why I can say this out in the open. Slaves can't even hear a word I'm saying. They have no idea what I'm even talking about. Not a clue. Don't believe me? Go up to a slave and say, hey, man, you're really not a homeowner if you have a mortgage. They will argue until the cows come home. And then you just come back to this channel and say, LJ, you were right. I know I'm right. They can't hear you. They can't even hear me. They can physically see me. Okay. And I'm not saying I'm invisible or something. I'm just saying when I talk finances, go up to a slave and say, hey man, that $100 bill you have in your pocket? Yeah. It's only worth like 19 cents, right? They would look at you like you are nuts. What are you talking about? Yeah, just go to the government's website and the government's website tells you exactly what that $100 bill is worth. They still won't believe you. That's why this is why I'm here to show you guys none of what I'm saying is hidden. I'm telling you where to go to look. Okay. I don't run the government website. I'm just telling you where to go. It's there. Like here's another one. I thought of something too, right? What is this? 16.1%. It costs to make a 20 and to make a 50. Each one of them costs 16.1 cents. I'm gonna just say 16 cents. 16 cents to make a 20, and it takes 16 cents to make a 50, right? The exact same amount. And then they put some ink on it and says, but this one is, the 20 is less. And then we're going to put a 50 on this one. And then we're going to tell all the slaves that this 50 is more than that 20. Right. And then they put it out there and the slaves believe it. Hey, that 50 is worth more than that 20. How much you have in your hand? 70 cents? No, you really have 32 cents. They don't know that. That'd be a totally awesome life, man. I'm 99% there. I just need to own a house. That's it. I just need to own the place where I'm going to live. I just need to, once I own that, that's it. I'm 100% free. Muhammad says, math don't care about your feelings. 1 + 1 = 2. Exactly. It doesn't care how you feel. You're a wise man, sir. Thank you for your great advice. You are welcome. I want everybody to get where I'm at today. I want you to understand where I'm at. I'm 99% free. And the reason why I'm not 99, and the reason why I'm 99%, because I don't own where I live. That is it. You better believe it. And for those of you that are listening, I don't want you to get confused. I don't want you to get confused of me saying free, talking about because I'm an entrepreneur. No, has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, because there are plenty of people that are entrepreneurs that are in debt personally. All right. What I'm saying is that I own 99% of the time in my life. 99. The reason why I don't own it, because I have to work to pay rent. I have to work to pay rent. I have to earn money to pay the rent. Once I pay off once I buy my own house, then I won't have that anymore. And then I will be 100% free. The only way you can come, and I want you to understand something too, those people in the background. In order to own 100% of the time in your life, you cannot have a job. I don't care how much money you're making at that job. Whatever that is, that company owns you during that time. 40-hour work weeks, 8 to 5, whatever. I'm just saying they own that time in your life. That is not yours. They own it because you signed on the dotted line. Says, hey, you own this many hours. I don't care if it's 40. I don't care if it's 5. I don't care if it's 10. I don't care if it's 1. They own it and you don't. Nobody owns the time in my life. Nobody. Nobody. When I get that plus a paid off house, I have that now. Plus a paid off house. Oh man, that'll be the ultimate feeling. Okay. And I'm going to share that with you guys because I'm sharing it with you now. That's the only thing missing. Okay. Everything else I own. I own the time of my life. I own it all. Not 100%, 99%. I'm almost there. If this freedom that I have today feels the way it feels, I can only imagine what it's going to feel like when I'm debt free with a paid off house. I can only imagine that. Nobody's going to be able to tell me shit. Nicer says all Naz need is one mic. All LJ need is one calculator. One calculator. Quinta says, LJ, when you decide to get a house, will you finance or cash flow? Well, I'm 50. All right. So number one, I'm not going to be paying full price for a house at all. I'm not doing any of that. Number two, it's going to be a foreclosure or a tax lien or something. It's not going to be full price. I'm going to tell you that right now. And if it's not full price, then I can probably pay cash for it. Especially this year coming up, there's going to be a ton of foreclosures, millions. Next year is going to be my opportunity to have a paid off house. Why? Because they're going to be millions of them available. Millions. Now imagine 2021, they slowly converting everything over to digital currency. And they think if they do that, they're going to have full control, as if they don't have it today. As if they don't have it today. It's just it literally blows my mind when I hear them talk like that on social media. It just blows my mind. I'm like, damn, slaves don't even know they're slaves. They're just slaves splaining. Oh my God, digital currency. That's gonna know it's already here. Your whole life is digital. Your whole life. If you have a mortgage, yeah, your life's digital. If you have a student loan longer than going to college, yeah, and it's older than your children, yeah, it's older than your grandchildren, yeah, your whole life is digital. Only slaves do that. I want you to understand that. I want you to know slaves call student loans forever loans. You're a forever slave. Digital currency is here. It's always been here. I promise you guys, I'm telling you something. I promise you this, okay? Listen closely, especially you in the background. I promise you, if you don't even know how much debt you're in, you have no idea what you're seeing, what you're doing, investing in 401k, the stock market, interest rates. You have no understanding of any of it. Why? Because you don't even know how much debt you're in. How can you understand something outside of you if you don't even understand you? You think if you don't even understand your own money, you think you're going to understand money outside of you better? No, you're not. And those of us that understand money, I'm telling you this, we can see you. And you don't know it. You don't know we can see you. And I'm gonna tell you the secret. You know how we can see you? Because you don't trust mathematics. Because if you did, you would never be doing the things that you're doing with money. You would never look at a cell phone and say, "Ooh, I want to finance that." You would never do that. You wouldn't even think that in your head. It wouldn't even be a contemplation. You wouldn't be, let me think about it overnight. No, that would never happen. That doesn't even come to your brain. There will never be a day that, oh man, you know what? This old car is getting on my nerves. I'm gonna go and finance a brand new $40,000 car. That will never happen. I promise you that will never happen. Ever. Hmm. Muhammad says, can a rich person with a debt can be call him a slave? See, it's like when I read that, Muhammad, it doesn't make sense because you can't be rich and be in debt. Okay, you can't do that. That's impossible. You either are in debt or you're rich. It's not be rich in debt. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. And 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 this is not to say anything about you, Mohammed, right? I want you to understand how people talk and they don't know they talk. You cannot be rich with debt. That's impossible. That's mathematically impossible. Okay? Thank you, Nicer. Appreciate it. Andre says, yes, many rich are slaves. Yes, they are. This whatever rich means, people in debt, you gotta when somebody says rich, you know what I ask? This is the question I ask the person that says this. What does rich mean to you? Because people that say the word rich, slaves don't understand that everybody's definition of rich is different. Everybody's definition of rich is not the same. I promise you. You ask one person, "Hey, what do you think rich is?" And then ask another person, "What do you think rich is?" And then you'll see. Andre says, "Some are rich, some are wealthy. The best are free." See what I'm saying? Free. Free. And you know what wealthy is? Wealthy is owning the time in your life, which makes you free. I'm not, I'm 99% there. Once I own a house, I'll be there. There's nothing like it. The younger you are that listen to this about this digital currency crap, you will see it for what it is. I'm giving you guys the answers to people giving out financial advice that you can't trust anything. You just think you hear that, you see them on a video, or you see them come across your timeline, and they're saying, "Hey, I'm doing this in cryptocurrency, and I flipped that and did this. I only invested 1,000, got back 50,000." You won't listen to stuff like that, because all you got to do is say, "Hey, man, let me see your personal credit report," and I believe what you're saying. Their personal credit report will tell you everything you need to know. And then if they're in debt, guess what? They're into digital currency before they got into the digital currency that they can see. Slaves don't look at credit as digital currency. They don't, "Hey, do you know credit's digital currency?" They'll look at you like you're nuts. "What do you mean? What are you talking about?" "Yeah, it means it's numbers on your computer screen. That's all it is." They still won't understand. Hey, it's protected. This is this is. Hey, listen, slaves. I want you guys to listen. When you hear people say, "Oh man, it's this cryptocurrency was invented by this one dude, but you can't find him. Nobody know where he's at. He's hidden, and it's got this crypto security crypt block and sector block that can't be cracked." And this is, you guys better stop listening to all that stupid nonsense. It's nonsense. If you get out of debt, you will clearly see that it's gambling. You might as well go head down to Vegas. It's the same thing. But I promise you, if you get out of debt, you'll know how to gamble in cryptocurrency. Get out of debt first. All you got to do is just follow what the slaves do. Slaves just follow the thing. Hey, what do they think it was going to get them rich fastest? So they invest in that one. That's why that particular Bitcoin gets higher, because they think they're going to get. It's like a lottery. Hey, man, I might hit it. But if you understand money, you will know when to get in and when to get out. It's none of it will be a surprise that it drops. So all you got to do is watch the economy. That's it. Like right now, let's give an example. Let me give an example. They're about to give out a second stimulus check. This is what I hear. I haven't read it for a while. I heard they were not. Let's just say they are, right? Well, you'll know that you listen to when that check is going to be sent, and then you know this when the slaves are going to get their money. So they're not going to take that money and pay off their bills with it. They're going to try to they're going to try to put it in something that they believe is going to make them money really, really fast without them doing a thing. That's what they believe. So, right. So, to say, "Hey, let me jump in and get," and then you just wait till you figure that how long that money will last. And $1,700, it's not going to really last that long. It'll be gone maybe a month and a half, 2 months. You'll know when to pull your money or add it or whatever. I'm not into cryptocurrency, but I'm just saying it's not really difficult to follow. Slaves want to get rich fast with no effort. That's what they want. They just think that, and they just cross their fingers. And it's all digital. None of it's real. You think a slave would take $1,700 or $1,200 check and put it all down on their student loan debt? Hell to the no. That is never happening. You could give a slave, say like a slave had $100,000 in student loan debt. You could give a slave $100,000 in cash and say, "Here, slave, go pay off your student loan debt." You know they still wouldn't do that. They wouldn't. They still wouldn't. Even though that would bring them to zero, they still wouldn't do it. They will say, "Oh man, no, I'll take this, invest in that, and I'll get it up here, and then I'll get the." They all talk the same thing. They all say the same things. Quinn says many people finance vehicles just because they can't afford the $1,200. Yeah, exactly. Just because they can't afford that $1,200 repair on their paid off car. Some of them be having paid off cars, man. Oh man, this thing is old. It could break down. They start thinking of things in their head. Oh, this is old and this and that, and it might happen, and a flat tire, and my baby's mama might drive, and this and that, and this car's not safe. They just make up anything they want to make up just so they can sign on the dotted line to get in deeper in debt. It's crazy. It's crazy. Muhammad says, I hope you reach 100% debt free as soon as possible. Feeling free is a wonderful feeling. Oh, I will. It's not even, Muhammad, it's not even a hope. I'm going to, because I now value the time in my life. Right. And once you value the time in your life, nothing's going to stop me from achieving whatever it is that I'm supposed to be. It's not. And when you get this type of freedom, it's really no plan for it. Right. It's like I was thinking about this today. When I first started this business, people kept saying to me, they kept saying, Linnell, who is your demographic? You must find your demographic to be successful, LJ. You must find. I was thinking, that just didn't make any sense. I said, well, I want to help everybody. They're like, no, LJ, you can't do that. You must find your demographic to be successful. And I had to take a step back and think, no, wait a minute, no. My demographic is math. Math is timeless. Math has no age limit, no age beginning. It's just math, period. It's never wrong, ever. You could be 5 years old and know what 5 plus 5 is, and you can be 65 years old and know what 5 plus 5 is. Nobody's going to say, hey, you only know it's 10 because you're 60, or hey, you only know it's 10 because you're 5. It's not. See what I'm saying? It doesn't even make any sense. So everybody's my demographic. Everybody that trusts mathematics. Mom, I think, yeah. Andre says, we don't gamble. We own the casino. Right. See what I'm saying? When I was in debt, I never thought about that. Now, I was never a gambler. I never could do that. Never, even when I was in debt, I just said, I just can't gamble, man. I can't do that. It's like I spent a lot of hours at work for my money to be gone in seconds. Nah, man, I can't do that, because I think I went to Vegas one time and I put down a 20 on a table or something. I didn't know shit about gambling, right? I put it down, spin the wheel or whatever I did, and lost that 20 in 5 minutes. I was like, no, no, I can't do that. It took me an hour to make $50, right? An hour of my time, right? At work, minus taxes. So it's really not even a full 50, right? And then it was gone in 5 minutes. It's like, no. Antone says, my homeboy got an equity loan on his car. Damn. He got a loan from his house. And and I'm wondering, is he saying that he took the money from the equity and bought the car, or did he do a equity loan and use that money to put a down payment on the car? Because slaves do that too. They'll take money, they'll take a home equity loan. Instead of taking that money and paying cash for the car, they'll take some of that money and put a down payment on the loan of the car. It's just insane, man. Insane. What's up, Queen? Queen says LJ will help anyone at the altar. Sure will. You better believe it. If you understand this digital currency, right? If you understand that credit is digital currency, just understand that. Okay, just understand that it's here. It's here right now. Money, if you're in debt, money doesn't exist for you. Only thing that exists for you is digital currency, which is credit. What you're seeing right now, something getting rid of paper and all this, they're devaluing the dollar. The dollar's gonna disappear. It doesn't even exist for you. Okay, don't worry about that. Let slaves stress over that stuff, the stuff that doesn't exist. Basically taking a second mortgage out on their loan or getting a line of credit with their house as the collateral. It's just the stupidest nonsense. What's up, Cosmic? Nicer says LJ ain't got no poker face. So it's a good thing he the owner, not the gambler. I know, right? I ain't got no poker face for sure. You right about that, Nicer. I can't even help it. Andre says, don't desire things, acquire the things that can get you the things. I think Andre is going to be a financial rap. Hey, man, you should drop whatever you're doing right now, Andre, and just go rap. Just go rap finances, man. I know nobody will understand the lyrics, but that's okay. That's okay. Just do it. Anton says equity out of the car. There is no equity in a car. I don't even get what that means. There is no equity in a car. So I'm not sure what that means. If did he tell you that? That doesn't even make sense. Andre says contact LJ so you can get your slave papers. Get your slave papers, man. What's up, live? What's going on? Now, if you got any questions of me about this digital currency, I can explain it to you. I'll explain it to you mathematically, and I'll make sure you understand what that means to you. Okay? Everything you see, 401ks, gold, silver, cryptocurrency, mortgages, percentage rates, finance cards, I will tell you what all that means to you because it means something different to each and every person. It's not all the same. If you have any questions, look at this as partly like debt-free advice Fridays on top of what digital currency really is, I don't know if, honestly, man. Oh, excuse me. It's it's crazy because I know a lot of people out there disagree with me, right? I know they do, right? But the reason why you guys don't see many like trolls or crazy comments under my videos, because I want you guys to understand something, because my math is right. That's why you don't see that, because my math is always right. And no matter how mad they are, they're going to try to, you better believe they're trying to think about how to figure out to get around what I'm saying to prove me wrong. But there is no way around it. They don't know that. They don't know there's no way around it. What I'm saying is true and it's facts. I'm never wrong, ever. This is the position in this economy. This is my position, to create the next generation of millionaires. That's my position. I don't need no college degree. I don't need to have been working on Fifth Avenue or Wall Street. And I don't need none of that shit. None of it. None of it. Why? Because I build you. I help the business of you. Once we get the business of you straight, nothing will be able to stop you. Nothing. Nothing's going to stop me from becoming a multimillionaire. I want you guys to understand that. Nothing's going to stop me. I'll be there. It's not a big deal. You're like, oh, digital currency is credit. Yeah, that's it. It's nothing. Add up all your savings. Add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals if you're using digital currency today, right now, this minute. That's what it means. If your finances are in the negative, You are using digital currency, aka credit. So you think, so I mean, if you're a slave, this is what you're saying when you start worrying about this everything going digital or something like that, or cryptocurrencies or whatever. You believe you're going to take your digital money that you're using today and somehow make more digital money? It doesn't even make any sense. You're just being used, slave. I hope you guys understand that. You guys are slaves. You guys don't count. Anything you financially say it doesn't matter. You don't make any sense. But you have your purpose, the economy that you can see. Now, I know slaves, majority of slaves think I'm talking crazy, like, oh, there's no other economy. Yes, there is. I promise you there is. There is another economy. You can't see it. It's mathematically impossible for slaves to see it. You can't see. If you don't trust math, you will never see it. If you don't believe you'll ever pay off your student loan, you will never see it. If you don't believe you can own a house free and clear with no mortgage, you will never, ever see it. Ever. You'll never see it. It's right in your face. I'm giving you guys examples right in your face. It's right in your face, and you still don't believe it. That's what's so amazing about it all. None of it is hid. It's not a secret. Nobody's hiding anything from you. It's not that's a lie. All you got to do is go to the government's website and see how much it costs to make money. Just go look. They're not hiding it from you. Click on the website, go to the website, the government, whatever, type in cost of money. It's right there. They're not hiding it from you. Here's how much it costs to make a $100 bill, 19 cents. It's not a conspiracy. Nobody's doing anything to anybody. No, none of that is true. Now, please don't misunderstand me. I know why people believe that, because they must believe that. That's important. That's important for slaves to believe that it's something outside of themselves keeping them in slavery. They must continue to believe that. I get it. I totally get that. It's an absolute masterpiece. It's beautiful. What's up, Amina? Kevin says, LJ, do you have a program for people once they get out of debt? Because for getting out isn't hard, wait, let me see. LJ, do you have a program for people once they get out of debt? Because for getting out isn't hard, just the debt off with my available money. But I think once I and others will help. Yeah, I have a program that helps people. Life after zero. I mean, life after. Is it life after zero? What is my group? I hate when I do that. Life north of zero. Excuse me. I don't know why I just lost a brain fart for that one. Yeah, I do that. I have a program for people after. Is it listed on my website? No, they got to contact me. Then we'll talk about it. All right. It's I help people get out of. At first, I help people get to zero, and then once you get to zero, your whole life is going to be changing. And I'm here to tell you, I'm here to tell you which way to go, so you don't have to wander. Because you don't. There's not going to be many people for you to ask these types of questions of that you're going to need answers for. I promise you. Queen says, unlike Trump, LJ can prove it with simple math, no stupid games to win stupid prizes. No, none of that. Once you get out of debt, you'll see how the whole system works. And you're like, oh, okay, this is why you can go to prison for that. If you do tax evasion, okay, that's why you go to prison. All right. And then because, I mean, if you pay attention to things that don't make sense, you got to stop and ask yourself, okay, there's a reason why that doesn't make sense. So you continue to figure out why that doesn't make sense, right? You can go to prison for tax evasion, right? You didn't kill nobody, you didn't hurt nobody, but you can go to prison. So you got to think to yourself, why can you go to prison for messing around with some numbers? Then once you get out of debt, you'll say, oh, that's why, because it's the backbone of the whole economy. You can't mess around with that. Live says, when trying to get out of debt, do you believe one should save for an emergency? If so, how should one save? Well, when you get out of debt, you must have $1,000 emergency fund. So before you even start, you must save $1,000, right? And in order to save, I would have to look at your finances, because once I look at your personal finances, I can tell you exactly what to do and what to do to save money, to save for an emergency fund, right? That's really not difficult for me, because once I look at all three of a person's personal credit report, so to make sure it all matches, right? I look at and make sure it's all down, and then I'll make a plan based on that, and then I'll point out the things that you can change to get the exact same services for half the price and all this other stuff. There's a whole bunch of things that you can do to save money in your current financial situation without really your life changing that much. But people in debt, they don't know that, right? So they pay me to show them those things, right? So that's how it works. What's up, Nicole? Hello. Kevin Jones says, that trust factor is important. Like you said, LJ, everything you are saying is coming true. So I am, many others will trust. Yeah. And you got it. That trust thing, that's the wonderful thing I love about what I do, right? My math will be right. So you have no choice but to trust me. Even if you didn't like what I was saying, but if you sat down and put the numbers in your calculator and say, damn, man, yeah, when I add up my savings, add up my debt, yeah, I really am in debt. I am in a negative. And all you got to do is just believe it. Once you believe it, you'll be free. Once you believe, put it this way, this is the transition. If you add up your savings, add up your debt, everything including debt, and it's really, really deep negative, believe the negative. If you believe and say, that's how much I'm worth today, right at that moment, you become what's called a conscious slave. Right at that moment, you're like, oh, crap, I really am that far in the negative. I believe it. Now you become a conscious slave. Now you're going to start to work towards doing anything to get out of debt. You're going to get a job for the purposes of the money to get you out of debt. You're not going to be financing a car, because if you finance a car, that negative number that you're now aware of is going to go deeper in the negative if you finance another car. So you're not going to do that, right? You're not going to put yourself deeper. That's what conscious slaves do. So they'll get 2 and 3 jobs to make the money come in faster to get that. Because what that negative number is the cost of your slave papers. If you don't pay that price, you're going to be a slave till you're dead. Okay, I want to make sure that's clear. Whatever that large negative number is, you will be a slave until you're dead, until every single penny of that debt is paid back. I want to make sure that it's crystal clear. There is no way around that. You will be a slave until you're dead. That's just a really hard fact that I had to succumb to. I had to. Gabriel says SMD future is going to be amazing. It's going to be totally amazing. It ain't even the future. It's right now. The future doesn't even exist. I don't even talk about the future anymore, because anything I do right now creates my future. Everything I'm doing now is creating my future. It happens now. This is what I'm doing. So funny. I talked to a couple of people, my friends. Hey, LJ, what do you plan on doing? The same thing I used to hear when I was quitting my job. Hey, LJ, what are you going to do when you quit your job? I said, I don't know. That's exactly what I said to him. I do not know. And so I just had a conversation with a close friend. Hey, man, what you going to do, man, in the next 6 months? I don't know, but it's going to happen. Oh man, I'm scared for you. I said, do you hear yourself? You were scared for me of something I'm not even scared of. I'm welcoming it. But what that person didn't know, he was just expressing his feelings of how he would feel in the exact same situation as me. That's all. But they don't know. People don't know they're saying that, right? They don't know that, oh man, I'll be worried. I know you would be worried. Exactly. You're telling me. Ivy says the only slaves to ever escape slavery were slaves that acknowledged that they were slaves. Exactly, man. That is well said right there. How do you acknowledge that you're a slave? Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. All you got to do is believe your own math. If you believe your own math, you will have acknowledged you are a slave. But if you don't believe your own math, if you see that large negative number and believe that, say, screw it, I'm never going to be able to pay that amount of money off, you're a slave and you don't know you're a slave. Only slaves accept slavery their entire life. Only slaves do that. Lai says, I took your advice to sell stock to pay off debt. I paid off a personal loan with the money. The rep asked me if I was paying off the loan to take out another loan. I couldn't believe it, right? Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? They don't even know what they're saying. Are you paying off that loan to take out another loan? Exactly. That's because, you know why? Because slaves do that. They do that. They'll pay off a loan. People will pay off a car and then turn around and trade that car in and get another newer car with payments. Think nothing of it. They think nothing of it. They'll do that. They'll do that shit in a minute. Oh man, I just paid off that car. You know me, I like to go through cars every 3 years, make it sound cool or something. Yeah, man, you know me, I always got to have something new, man. You know, I can't have last year's model. Shit, you know, I'm doing big things. No, you're not, slave. You're not doing anything. Digital currency. Oh man, it is funny to be on this side of the economy, man, the finance game. I'm not even gonna say the economy, just on the side of the finance game, just to hear and see the world. I just go through social media and just read people, man, the conspiracies people be thinking of. Oh my God, man, if it goes digital, and slaves don't even know their whole life is digital currency already. And they don't even know it because they don't look at credit as digital currency. It's just, whoever thought of this shit, man, I'm telling you, man, this is absolutely hands down. You know, you see these stories. Oh, yeah, these guys go over to this secret island nobody knows about. And then they talk about what they're going to do. Oh, my God. that's enough already. Okay, that's enough. But but trust me, I get it. I get why stuff like that is said. You must participate in your own rescue. Yeah, you must. Got to get out of debt. What's up, Landon? Landon says, we'll be done with my car note on my birthday in September. Oh, next month. They dealership want me to trade it in for a new one. Oh, yeah, they do. Hey, man, trade that car in. Get back in debt with us. All right, come on. Red Pill Neil says, paying off a loan to get another loan. Unbelievable. That's just the way it is, though. It is. Yeah, let me put up my Cash App. Oh, I got to look at my phone. Somebody sent me one, too. Just a second. I got to give a shout out, too. Shout out to Rennie for the Cash App donation. Much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. I knew I heard my phone vibrate, but sometimes I'll be on a roll. Kevin says, I talked to a guy on the phone at work the other day, and he paid off a 401k loan, and he wanted to take out another one. In my mind, I was like, oh my God, but I transferred him over there thinking slave. He wanted to take out another one. Well, they're going to take out another one because they think now they're in good standing and they're good for it because they paid back the loan. Just crazy. Thank you, Antone. Appreciate it. I'm good with that. I got fam. Thank you. Yeah, get on that Discord server too. I really wish I could get, honestly, more people on here to ask some questions of me, man. I know there's some people in the background. Now, I know you guys that email me in the background. You say, hey, LJ, I saw the show. I just didn't want to say anything. I think, honestly, man, I think they would be nice to hear from you. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear from people like you. Why not? Why do you not want to ask a question in front of it? Just people want to, because there's a lot of people that are in fear, that are in debt right now. They just don't want to talk to people about it. And, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it because, and if this is you, I want you to understand something. All the slaves think exactly the way you're thinking. Okay. Nobody wants to talk about their finances. Okay. You guys are all thinking that. It's not just you. I'm going to point out something so you understand that it's not just you. Okay. There's trillions of dollars in student loan debt. It's not just you. There's trillions of dollars in car loan debt. It's not just you. There's trillions of dollars in credit card debt. It's not just you. It's not just you. Red Pill says, I know someone who took out a personal loan to pay off a credit card. I couldn't believe it. Yeah. Yeah. Nick Penn says, what are some things you do once you hit zero? First, you stop thinking about money the way you used to. That's number one. It stops. Number two, you realize you now own more of the time in your life and you can do what you wish with it, right? Number three, you're going to realize the purpose of your job. You're going to be like, why am I here? Because I'm going to just tell you the feelings that I went through. Once I got out of debt, I was going to my job and I started asking myself, why am I here? What purpose is this really serving? These are weird questions, all right? These are questions I couldn't really ask anybody because everybody was working and they were in debt. So I used to go to work and I'm like, why am I here? What does it do? What is working here doing for me besides giving me money, besides giving me a paycheck? What is it doing for me? Nothing. It was doing nothing. That it was just the weirdest feeling. You're going to go through those things. And then once you go through that feeling and realize you don't want to be at your job, you're going to do something about it. I don't know if you're going to quit it. I don't know if you're going to get another one. I don't know. That part's totally up to you. But then you're going to, if you decide you don't want to have a job no more, then you're going to go through a phase of breaking the 40-hour work week. What does that do? Sleeping all day. Don't do shit. Don't do nothing. You're not going to, everybody's going to think you're lazy, not doing, oh man, all you do is stay up late and sleep and just do whatever you want. You don't worry about what slaves think. Okay. Don't worry about what they're saying. It's okay to do nothing because you're detoxing from the 40-hour work week. Then you're going to realize Monday is no different than Friday. Saturday and Sunday are not special. You don't really have to go by the clock. You're going to start losing, like, man, I never know what time it is anymore. That's a good thing. Once you stop realizing what time it is all the time, you will notice that time no longer controls you because you don't really care what time it is anymore. You'll go through all these things and then you'll be like, hey, man, I barely know what time it is. And then you're going to go through a phase of like, you're going to be upset that you don't know what time it is. And then you're going to realize that's okay because time no longer controls you. So you don't care what time it is. There's so many things. When you get life north of zero, that's when people need to come see me then too. You have to come see me. You have to. I mean, not saying you physically. I'm just saying it'll be for your benefit to come see me. So I'm gonna help you through all these things that you're gonna go through. I promise you, there's gonna be some things. Will you ever have a seminar? Well, I think physical seminars won't be happening for a long time, right? So right now I use this is my seminar. The biggest stage on the internet is YouTube. This is the biggest stage right now. This is the biggest stage. I can have seminars right here, right now, but people gotta trust me more. right? Once they start to trust me more, then they can I can't wait till it happens, but right now I don't see that happening anytime soon with what's going on in the world right now. So it'll be a meet and greet, but it'll be a digital meet and greet, right? I can have up to like 9 people on this thing right now. That's why I keep putting out this link. Anybody can come on, but people are still just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Do I sound mean? I don't know. Quentin says, I'm seeing a lot of people buying homes on social media timeline. LJ, do you think they're getting a good deal now on homes? No, they're not getting a good deal because they're going to be, what they don't understand is like when the housing market crash happens, they're going to be locked into the house, the price of the house they're paying today. So when the housing market crashes next year, the bank is not going to lose because those people are going to still be making the same amount of payments of what that house is worth today. They're going to see their house value plummet, but their mortgage is there. So it doesn't matter what their house goes down to, what the value of that house goes down to. It doesn't matter because their mortgage will remain the same as today. Landon says, this lady borrowed $15,000 to invest in Jay Morrison Tesla fund. And 2 years later, her 15K is gone. You know what? Put it this way. All right. So people understand. Now, I don't know Jay Morrison personally, right? But by listening to him and him talking about the type of loans that he wants people to invest in, that tells me everything I need to know about Jay Morrison. That's it. I mean, he's talking about FHA loans and 402k FHA, anything with FHA in the name. That Jay Morrison is not talking to me. He's talking to slaves. Only slaves would ever sign up for the types of loan that he's offering. That would be insanity to sign up for the loans he's talking about. That's pure financial suicide. But if you don't know that, and I'm not saying that Jay is doing nothing illegal, I'm saying from a mathematical standpoint, if you look mathematically into the loans that he's offering, you would clearly see that's mathematical financial suicide. Amina says, could you explain what you mean when you say money is energy? How does that relate to today's topic? It doesn't. Money is being energy doesn't relate to today's topic, which is digital currency. That has nothing to do. When I say money is energy, I say like this: since it's energy, you don't chase energy, you draw it to you. How do you draw money to you? By getting people to trust you. First, you have to earn a person's trust, and then they will spend money with you because they trust you. That's how you draw it to you. You got to earn. It's not, the key is not to start a business and go be money hungry. It's to earn people's trust. People keep going after the wrong thing. When you're in debt, that's the first thing you want to go at. I want to make the money the fastest. And then you start skipping over the trust part, totally forgetting the people that are spending money with you are people. It doesn't matter the form of currency. It doesn't matter if it's a credit card. It doesn't matter if it's their cash. If they trust you, they're going to spend it with you. Hence, energy, creating energy that draws the money to you via the trust. When somebody spends money with me, they know they're going to get their product that I'm saying that what they're paying for. It's not a doubt. It's not a maybe. They don't think LJ is going to take my money and run. That doesn't cross people's mind when they think of me, because that's not what I'm going to do. I wouldn't destroy the whole SMD family on taking somebody's $100, taking $100 from somebody. I just wouldn't do nothing like that. That would be insane to me. That makes sense, Amina? Nick says, thank you. If you were to pay all my student loans off, I would probably be at zero right now. If I were to pay, excuse me. I'm like, what? If I were to pay all my student loans, yeah. Pay them off. See how you're saying it, Nick? You're saying what would free you. You're saying it out loud. Now you just got to mean it. You got to say, man, I need to pay off these student loans so I can get to zero. Not, Hey man, if I was to pay off my student loans, I'd be at zero. Just say that's what I'm going to do. Once you make up your mind and do it, say it out loud and mean it. That's what you're going to do, and then you'll be free. You will have did something like being debt free, and I want you guys to really clearly understand this. Being debt free is very rare. It's a huge accomplishment. Huge. If you put if you put okay, put it this way. You know how people proudly hang their degrees on their wall? Like, oh, I went to this school, I went to this college, blah, blah, blah. Imagine hanging a diploma, a college degree on the wall, but right next to it, a paid off student loan letter, right next to that degree. Now, if I walked into somebody's office, see, and this is why this is the next level of thinking. These are the people I'm trying to reach so they can understand where I would help them take themselves. If you are a professional, right? If you're a professional lawyer, doctor, pharmacist, accountant, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna give you some strong advice. All right, right next to where you hang your college degree of your profession or whatever you went to, hang a uh, uh, a letter of you that your student loans are paid free and clear, and frame it in a nice frame, just as your college degree, right next to it. If the person that understands money walks in your office and sees that, they're going to know that you know. They will know that you understand. They will know that they're going to get their money's worth from you because you're doing it. You're doing what you're doing out of passion, not out of money. They're going to know you're there because you want to be there, not because you have to be there. Because people, I mean, think about this one. Okay, I know this is a little off, but I want you guys to understand something. Imagine a person that went to college to become a doctor because their family pushed them into it. Hey, our family has always been doctors and this and that. And if you become a doctor, you'll have a prestige, clout, and you'll be somebody and this and that. And then they do it all by student loans. Like they tell them to become a doctor, but they ain't paying for the shit. They say, oh yeah, become a doctor, but you're gonna have to get student loans. Right there should tell the person right away, but they don't know that. But anyway, my point is this: they come and they become a doctor because they was told to become a doctor. Now imagine they're a doctor and they don't even want to be a doctor. Imagine that they don't want to be a doctor, but now they can't because they have $300,000 in student loan debt. $300,000 in student loan debt. Now they can't because no other job is going to pay them as much as a doctor. If this is you, if you're a doctor, I can help you. I can help you out of that situation that you're in right now. If you're a professional and you can't get out of that profession because you have so much student debt that got you that profession, I can help you out of that situation. I promise you, I can help you out of that situation. You have the ability to get. It's going to take a lot of sacrifice, but I can help you out of that situation. I'm here to help slaves too, but hey, I don't worry about slave splaining. I'm trying to reach another level of a person where they can understand what I can do for you. Integrity. Andre says self-talk is very serious. Be careful with what you say to yourself. Exactly. You got to be very careful. People think that's a joke. That's a lie. No, that it's true. The universe just listens and it believes what you say to you about yourself. It doesn't. It hears you. If you're saying it, it says, okay, it must be true. You're saying it out loud. That's what you must want that. Hey man, it rains, it pours. Okay, well, you keep asking for it. All right, let me give you some more of this bad. You're telling me you like if something bad happens and you say it rains, it pours, you're asking the universe to give you more of this bad thing. The universe doesn't know what you're asking for is bad or good. It just knows that you're asking. I knew I was going to be here. I already knew I was going to be somebody. I knew I was going to be an influencer. I knew I wasn't just like everybody else. I always knew it. I didn't tell that to people. I just knew it. You can't see how beautiful the beach is if you're drowning in the in the rip current. I hope you guys in the background can understand what Andre's saying when he says things like that. I really do. I want everybody to be able to understand it. If you're in debt, you can't you can't. If you're a person right now that believes you're never going to pay off your student loan debt, man, you don't even know what that really means. I promise you don't know what that means when you believe that. Especially if you're saying it out loud, I'll never be able to pay off my student loan debt. Yeah. I feel for you. I do. I feel for you. And those of you that are getting out of debt, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Those of you that are listening, though, those of you that I know who are getting out of debt, those of you that are listening in the background, those of you, thank you for those Cash App donations out of nowhere because you listen to my videos. I'm talking to all you guys. You're gonna have to leave the ones you love. You are. I want you to prepare yourself. You're gonna have to leave them. Now, when I say leave them, I'm not saying, hey, never see me again. And you're like, no, I'm saying your interaction with them is going to change. You're not going to be able to be around them when you see them doing debt things. It's just going to drive you nuts. And then you're going to separate yourself from them. Your relationship is going to be different. And if you're in a relationship and you're married right now and you're listening to me and you wake up and your partner doesn't, guess what? That relationship's over. I promise you that relationship is over. If you wake up and realize that you're a slave and you're in debt and you're trying to get out of debt, but your partner's still in debt and still putting you deeper in debt, yeah, I hate to tell you, but that relationship is over. Yep, it is. It's done. You won't be able to, you will never put it this way. You will never ever legally tie yourself to a slave. You will never marry a slave. I promise you that will never happen. So don't worry about the divorce rate, 50% reason because it's money. No, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff because you will never legally tie yourself to a slave to bring you down in that situation. That will never happen. So true, yeah. It's key, Amina. It's totally key. And Amina said, you got to use those words to explain freedom. Okay. And I want you guys to hear in my voice, I am 99% free. I have no job. I have no debt. I have no problems, none. The only reason why I'm 99% free because I don't own where I live, free and clear, not a mortgage, not a loan owner, a homeowner. That's it. I know how this freedom feels right now. I can only imagine what that feels like. Oh my God, life has to be so cheap when you don't have no rent or no mortgage. Do you know how cheap life would be? Nothing would be expensive. Nothing. When you hear somebody say something is expensive, you got to remember they can only be talking about themselves. They can only be talking about themselves. I cannot wait to feel that freedom. And you young people, don't get caught up on that digital currency crap. All right. Don't get caught up in the cryptocurrency. Don't. I'm not saying don't play in it. Get out of debt first, and then you'll see it for what it is. It's just gambling. It's just like the casino. Okay. It's no different. It's not really a secret person that invented it and some new blockchain technology that's unbreakable. That's just talk. Okay. You will understand that it's just like gambling. It's no different. Don't think cryptocurrency is going to free you and you're going to somehow get rich and the IRS can't track it and then they can't tax it. Don't do any of that. Okay. None. Get out of debt, play in cryptocurrency, you do some winnings, and then whatever you win, you claim it. Hey, IRS, I got $5,000 off of cryptocurrency this day, this time, and it's in that bank account. Anton says, I worked harder paying off my student loan than I did for my college degree. Exactly, man. I know what you're saying. You guys don't even, student loan paid off letter is the, man, Frank, get a very nice, don't even play. I'm dead serious too, man. Get a very nice frame for your student loan payoff letter. Get a very nice frame for it. Hang that shit right next to your college degree. Make sure it's hung there proud too. So when people walk in your office or whatever, and they see that next to it, they see that college degree. Oh, then they're going to naturally look over and say, damn, what's that next to it? Oh, that's my student loan payoff letter. They're going to look at you totally different. I've never seen that before. And then you look right back at them and say, I know. Now, they might think you're going to be an asshole when you say it, but you're not really being an asshole. You're not. You just know for a fact that they haven't seen it. You see how you're just stating facts? As soon as they say, man, I've never seen somebody frame their student loan payoff letter, you look right them in the eyes, right into their eyes, right into their eyes. Don't look away and say, I know. And then you turn and walk away. You better believe that. What's up, Atticus? What's going on, man? Said it again. I will never legally tie myself to a slave, ever. I know I'll be getting way off the subject, but man, sometimes things come to me and I want you guys to, especially young men, I want you to understand. This is way off the topic, but I have to say it. It's coming to me. Someone's telling me to say it, right? If you're a young man, this is what I want you to say. Become debt free, right? Once you become debt free, you're not going to follow all the guys that's telling you that you got to conquer all this vagina. Okay. In that world, they make it seem like this is your main goal. This is what you got to do. This is what you must do, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes you're taking risks. Sometimes you wear a condom. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you fall in love. Get out of debt. Okay. Get out of debt. Once you understand the freedom of not being in debt, you will never legally tie yourself in any form or fashion to a slave. You will never do that. It won't matter how fine she is. It won't matter how good the sex is. You won't even be doing that much having, I'm not going to say the curse word, but having that much sex all the time because you're not going to want to risk that. Tying yourself to a slave. You're never going to accidentally forget the condom because if you accidentally get a slave pregnant, now you're tied to him. You would never do that. You won't think you have to do all this. I'm gonna just say fucking this one time. You won't think you have to do all this fucking. You'll stop all that. You'll be like, hey man, that's costing me money. When you're out of debt, you'll see how much money that's costing you. That's costing you a lot of money. Dinner dates and all this other hey man, I got to take her on these trips and this and no, all that will stop. If you see that she's a slave, you'll be like, hey, we're not going to be nothing more than this, what we're doing now. She'll be like, well, why? Why don't you want? You're in debt. So our relationship wouldn't even go anywhere. It wouldn't even go anywhere. You believe in digital currency. I hope you young men are listening to that. Okay, please do. Please do, because these young men, you guys are confused, man. You think you have to do all this fucking. You don't. That's a made up lie. You don't have to do. And just because you're not doing what every other dude is doing, you're not anything. You're not less than them. You're just choosing not to. Okay. It's cool with that. You can just say, hey man, I'm choosing not to do that. That's cool with me. I don't care how you feel about it. It's going to save you a lot of money in the long run. I promise you. I promise you. What Wick? Nick says, it's crazy because my job doesn't require a degree, but sales was what is getting me back to zero. College degree. I mean, put it this way. If a person has a nice college degree, but they're like $300,000-$400,000 in debt, who cares about their college degree? They're a slave. I wouldn't want that. Queen says, what will celebrities do? Those 50K Birkin purses look stupid in a pandemic empty. You know what? I think this whole world is changing, right? This whole digital currency, way celebrities, like big movie stars, those days are done. You know, those big payday movie stars, that's done. You know, there's no more of that. This whole world is just changing, man. It really is. Kevin says, yes, LJ, absolutely. Once debt free, that pimp player shit means nothing. You will look at to invest in someone, especially with this alien odds. Exactly. Anybody that you take serious, they will at least, at minimum, be on the same financial level. First is physical attraction. Okay. Physical attraction is the first thing. You see the person, oh, I'm physically attracted to that person. Cool. The next, I kid you not, the next step will be financial. Because you know, if they're a slave, that relationship is going nowhere. You will be crystal clear about the relationship. You will be crystal clear. You will be like, hey, by the way, if we do this, we're only going to be friends with benefit and nothing more. I won't care who you're dating. I will never ask. I will never check your phone. I will never drive by your house at night to see if you're fooling around on me, because I am seeing other people and our relationship is going nowhere. You will be very clear. I promise you. Shout out to Live for the $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. I have a friend that took out a HELOC. He says that he's going to go in hard in in Bitcoin. He said that Bitcoin is not taxed. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to translate this to you, to what he said to you. I don't have any money, so I'm going to take out a loan, which is a HELOC. Then I'm going to take that money and invest it in something that's not even proven, that doesn't even exist. So I'm gonna take some money, because that's right, money doesn't even exist for him. That's why he's borrowing the money in the first place. And then he's gonna take that imaginary money and he's gonna invest it in some more imaginary money. And then on top of that, he believes that it's not going to be taxed too. He believes that everything's taxed. Everything is taxed. But he believes it's not taxed. See what I'm saying? Only slaves talk like that. Only slaves. When you see whatever you're doing, just keep in your mind, everything is taxed. You just keep that in your mind. Don't ever assume that it's not. Don't ever think that you're going to do something different, because all slaves hate taxes. So what do? They try to cheat on tax. You guys are obvious. Just listen in the background. Attica says the age of consumption is over. No, that will always be here. The age of consumption will always be here. That's going nowhere. Andre says Bitcoin is taxed. It sure is. Everything's taxed. Laura says, if you are a young man in debt and you're having sex, that vagina is in the negative, it don't even exist to you. I'm just saying like this. If you have sex with a person, because it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, okay? I want to make sure you guys I'm just saying man because I am a man, but it doesn't matter, right? You are going to make sure, if you know this person's in debt and you have sex with them, you're going to make sure you are protected each and every time. There will never be a time that you were drunk or you were high or you were just in this mood. You will never say that. You would be like, hey, where's the condom? Hey, you drunk? Yeah, I know. Don't try to put it in. We're using a condom. We're not doing anything. I don't care how hot it is. You won't. Nick says, I majored in mechanical engineering at PSU, and I see the slave path. It was taking me down. Sales is what freed up my time. That's what it is. Sales is what it is. And Nick, while you're on your journey, man, I want you to start thinking about what it is you would love to be doing that wouldn't feel like work. And you create it. Whatever that is. I don't know what that is. Only you know that answer, Nick. Depending on your jurisdiction. Okay, you guys must be talking. What's up, Toronto? What's going on? One NBA player exposed the rest of the league's living paycheck to paycheck. It doesn't surprise me. You can see professional players if they're in debt. You can just see you just look at the things they're buying. You could just look. It's not really difficult to see what they're doing, right? You know the ones that have the slave mentality. It doesn't matter if they're NBA, football, or hockey or basketball. It doesn't matter. Slave mentality. It doesn't matter the amount of money you make. It doesn't matter. Amina says, LOL, I'm seeing other people and our relationship is going nowhere. I'm seeing other people. Exactly. I'm telling you. I know it sounds like I know it doesn't sound like you would talk like that to another person, but once you experience this freedom, you will. I promise you, you will. You will. You will. There's a difference between a player and an owner. Exactly. When I hear, like I just said before, when that KC quarterback, when they announced this $500 million deal or something like that, I thought to myself, how much is the owner making if the owner can pay one person that much money? How much is the owner making? That's exactly what I thought. You can pay one of your players, and he's not the only player on the team. All the other players are making millions of dollars too, right? But they can pay one player that they are making money. Sure is. What's up, Jewel? How you been? What's going on? Shout out to Nick for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. You are welcome, sir. I want you guys all to be free. I do. I want you to understand. We're gonna wrap this up. I want you guys to understand that. Oh, it's your birthday! Happy birthday, Jewel. You've been in and out. You must have been busy doing something over there. You're not on as much. Happy birthday to you, Jewel. Give all the SMD family in there to throw up them happy birthdays. What's up, James? So to wrap this up, okay, I want you to understand that if you're in debt, you're already using digital currency. It's called credit. Okay. Don't get confused with all this cryptocurrency and how many kinds. That means nothing. None of that means anything. Don't pay attention to any of it. Okay. Don't pay attention to any of it. All right. The younger the better. The younger the better. Oh, she said busy renovating. Okay, I knew you were. I could tell you must be into something because I'm like, Jewel. Every now and then she'll pop in. She must be busy. So we're gonna wrap this up, you guys. Thank you for everybody joining. I appreciate it. There's my Cash App for those of you that have it, and so some of you guys that send me money in the background, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Where is my phone? I always put it down. Okay. And looking forward to the next time. Appreciate you all. I hope you learned something. Learned a lot. If you need a consultation, go to my website right there, SavingsMinusDebt.com. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to share this channel, just tell people to Google the hashtag SavingsMinusDebt, and I will be the only one that pops up in that Google search. Please don't forget to subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram, SavingsMinusDebt. You are welcome, Queen. Nice just says, someone hop on and do a birthday. Do it with LJ. No, I ain't singing. Yeah, right. Birthday duet. Oh, nicer is funny. Ain't doing none of that. Maybe we'll come. Maybe Highfield start up something in the Discord server, and we'll do a happy birthday for her over there for the SMD family members, all the people that know her. You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys have a wonderful Friday evening. All right, it's 8 o'clock here. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. Go ahead and get off. Okay. All right. And like I said, if you start something over there in the Discord server, maybe, maybe not, whatever, just a quick happy birthday. Cool. All right. Discord server link is in the description of this video. Let me see if Hyphy already throw the link up here once. I'm gonna go back here and see if you did or did not. Sometimes you do that. Nope. All right, Andre. Talk to you later. You had a couple good articles, Andre. I'm going to do that. I'm thinking about doing one of those readings tomorrow, translate reading. So I'll give you guys a heads up because I know you guys like those type of articles when I translate certain articles so you can see what it really says and what it really means. Okay. There's the link to the Discord server. Thank you, Hyphy. Appreciate you. All right. Until next. Oh, yeah. And the last and not least, don't forget to join. If you want to join the members only life north of zero, the link is also in the description of this video. Okay, I can post that here too. Monetization. 1 second. There. Here's the link to that if you want to join the members only YouTube group, where we talk about more higher level things. I do a lot of posts to members only too, because I like to share certain thoughts that pop in my head, and they're more next level thoughts, right? Next level things that make sense to those people. All right, until next time, you guys have a wonderful evening. All right, it's later.